Good morning, everybody. It is Jo here from Ips Daisy. It is Sunday, the 17th of November, and it is our second live stream in the Journal with Ips Daisy series. And today I'm going to be setting up some more pages in my 2025 journal. My focus today is my Word of the Year spread, but it's going to kind of roll into some goal setting, some manifesting style stuff, a whole bunch of different things all rolled into one. It isn't going to be true goal setting because, as many of you will know, we've got our 12 days of planning, and that is all about setting goals for the next year. So I'm going to do all of my kind of big goal setting in that journal, in a separate journal that we'll set up as part of the 12 days of planning streams. But this is more about kind of manifesting what I want the year to be about and what my focus is for this year. So that's my plan. I've gone through the Word of the Year document. I thought you might like to see my workings. I don't know why it looks so faded out on here. It isn't at all. So within the Journal with Ips Daisy program, you get a couple of different worksheets. You get your where is it? Plan Your Perfect Journal worksheet that we went through last time. And then you've also got your Word of the Year worksheet, which encourages you to kind of think back over the last year, look back at what your highlights were from this year, imagine what you want next year to look like, shortlist, and then come up with a Word of the Year for the year. You don't have to include a Word of the Year in your journal. Obviously, this is completely optional, as is everything within a journal setup. But I always include one because I think it's a nice way to kind of pull some focus towards what you want the next 12 months to be about, and remind yourself of kind of what you want to change. I think it's better than a New Year's resolution. I feel like a New Year's resolution is too like make or break, whereas this is more picturing what you want the year to look like, and yeah, it's more kind of vision boarding, I guess. So I've gone through all of that process, and the word that I come up with is a really vague one. I come up with time. The reason that I've said time is because for me, it's kind of the one commodity I'd say that is I'm always in the shortest of. But I'm definitely guilty of wasting a lot of time, doom scrolling, social media. When you're overwhelmed, it's a lot easier to sit on your phone than it is to do something meaningful with like a block of time. So if I had half an hour, I probably wouldn't do something meaningful with it. I would just scroll on social media or look at YouTube, whereas I could be doing something that would probably be more rewarding and more in line with how I want my life to be. So time is what I've chosen. We can talk more about it as I set it up. The other reason I've chosen time is because I often feel guilty if I work at the weekend because I'm excited about something and feel like I shouldn't be working at the weekend because I should be doing something else. So I really want it to be more about if I've made a decision to do something, then to kind of be in the moment with how I've chosen to spend that time rather than feeling bad about it. So, you know, if I've chosen to spend an afternoon sitting watching Netflix, then that's all good because that's how I've chosen to spend my time. Just be more present, I guess. So time for me for lots of different reasons, and I'm going to set up a spread all about it. How are you all? How are you getting on with your journal setup? Have you done the Word of the Year worksheet? Are you going to be including one for next year? Where are you at? Have you even started? I can give you a little flick through what I've done so far in my journal. For those of you that were here last week, you will have seen it, but this is my cover page. I created a pocket for my grid spacing guide, which lives in here. Whoop. Get back in your pocket, monkey. I've then got a yearly overview. I've got my future log, but it's done as monthly calendars this time, which we're using the Super Easy sticker sheets. Then I've got my year in pixels, which will be used to record periods, actually. Sorry, TMI for some people, but they're irregular, so I want to keep track of when they are. And then this is where I'm going to be including my word of the year. I'm going to make it as a Dutch door because you guys know that I love a Dutch door. So there isn't a printable of those calendars. It's only the Super Easy sticker sheet. We've got something similar for quarterly and monthly subscribers, which you'll find in the subscriber shop, but these particular designs are exclusive to Super Easy sticker sheet. So I am going to use pencil because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. But I've got a little quote in my mind, which is good things take time, which I was going to do across the top. I was going to do the word time in a big letter. And then I need to pick a secondary font across the top. Oh, lots of chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. How are you all? Rachel says, this month's subscription is amazing. I completely love it. Yay. I had a feeling that it would be popular. The washi tape in particular is very nice. And it's sparkly too. Carol says, stuff in my head, but Santa is bringing my journal, so I can't start until after Christmas. Hopefully you've got some time penciled in over Christmas to do some fun journaling. Marie says, I'm finishing my cover page, and like a few others, I have a pocket. Controversial, Marie. Good for you. Where are we at? Taryn, haven't started journaling yet, but I'll be starting soon. Laura says, completely irrelevant, but please can I get a close-up of those nails? Yes, absolutely. So I had them done yesterday. My nail person is very clever. They involve 4 different layers of different things, and the glitter inside had to be set by magnet, but it basically means that they're different colors depending on what angle you look at them at. So then they can be purple, but also green, and they are black in some angles. They're a bit Northern Lightsy. They do get some blues sometimes. They're cool, aren't they? I love them. They took quite a long time because they were so different layers, and each one has to be set individually because you can't like leave it. You have to like set it with a magnet, set it, do the other layer, set it with a magnet in the opposite direction, set it. It was fun. Yeah, they're very wicked. Northern Lights. They're supposed to be cat's eye, but I think they're a lot more Northern Lights than they are cat's eye. But I like them nonetheless. Okay, so what else have we got? Rayma says, my 4 journals have arrived, but I haven't chosen one yet because I'm waiting for my girlfriend to choose her favourite. Oh, you're nice. Dawn's also done a pocket. Melissa is waiting on the big one box. Poor Tanya's got flu. Hope you're feeling better, Tanya. Yeah, they do match this month's theme box. I think that wasn't what I was thinking, but it's definitely a happy accident. So I need to pick a secondary font for my cover pages. I'm just gonna A, B, C, D. These aren't in alphabetical order, which is annoying. I don't know why. I'm just gonna pencil in the word time. And then I might have a mouthful of coffee. So last week was really fun. It was a couple of days out of the office for me because it's recently been my brother's 40th, and we went to Port Lim Safari Park and we stayed in the lion house, and it was incredible. The lions are so cool. And luckily for us, they happened to be feeding them the day that we went, because they don't feed them every day. And just as we got into the accommodation, they'd just been fed. So I got to see a lion tucking into his dinner close up, which was pretty impressive. But the biggest thing for me is how similar they are to like our pet cats. So much of how they are is just the same, and it's really cool. Cats are so cool. I love them. Where is my tea? Right, start again and look properly. KLNNOPQRS. Yeah, it was really cool. The staff were amazing. We had a safari that we'd paid for and a free safari, and because it's not very busy this time of year, we got such a good safari on both times. We ended up being on our own for both safaris, so basically a private safari. It was incredible. I'll have a quick drink. Vicky says, love the gold and silver themes. If I order the big one today, will I get this colour scheme or start in February? Any new subscribers to the big one before the end of December will get this quarters box. Having said that, the last time I checked, we were close to capacity. Yeah, we are as close to capacity as we've been at this time before. So if we sell out, we'll just close subscriptions for a little bit and open up again in January. If you subscribe to the monthly one during, what month are we in? November, you'll receive Written in the Stars as your first box again until we run out. So I'm thinking it needs to be like a sort of scripty font that goes with this. Let's have a looky. You can ask that, Dawn. Dawn is asking how much have we raised so far. Let me double check. Where is my email? Hold on. So far, we've raised £3,096 total. We were at around 1,900 before we started this year's program. So 1,900 was from last year, and just over 1,000 is from this year, which is incredible. Very generous. This is a Lamy mechanical pencil. Incredible. I want neon. None of those, I don't think. Yeah, great job, team. Hi, Jem. How are you? Maybe something like Unwind. Is that too scripty? I think that's a bit too scripty. I think it needs to be somewhere in between. Not apricot. My cow is absent. It might be. Yeah, I think Kate has the lammy. I think she had it first. Maybe All About You. That would be a nice one to use. I can't make a font decision. Tricky things. Love Bujo's always a good one. Maybe that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with... Hi, Lucy. Kisses. How are you doing, monkey? How's life with a sibling? Good things take. I think that works. And I could put word of the year underneath as well. Oh, hi, Tilly. How is she, Jem? I see your pictures and you look very snug with both of them. I'm very jealous. I have been looking at a second child, third child, obviously, not actual child. That would be crazy for me. And I have hit against a brick wall with rehoming at the moment with charities. So I need to think about it in the new year. We would want a smallie because Bean is so small. But I don't really want to feed into the Chihuahua breeding world because there's a lot of unscrupulous folk in there. But the charities don't seem to think I'm a very good candidate, which to me seems madness, but who am I to question? So I need to think about it. Am I going to run out of room here? Maybe I should start from this end. I think I can fit this if I move that over. Rubber. This is why I do it in pencil. No, it's Apparently because I'm not at home every day. Which, yeah, to me is mad. I'm a single woman who owns her own house, has a garden, runs a business where I can take my dog to work and have a support network in that my mum will have Freckle anytime I'm at work. Not that she can't come to work, but because Freckle prefers being with my mum and gets bored. But yeah. And I'm a vet nurse. I mean, I don't really know what else they are looking for. I say it does seem a bit nuts to me. They want someone that's at home every day. But they've got dogs that need homes. Like it's not realistic, is it? And if you are at home every day, that could change. Yeah, I wasn't very happy. So back to the drawing board. So, and then I think I'm going to have like a bit of black paper and then put word of the year on it. So that's my plan. So my Dutch door is going to be this many pages long. I'm going to cut across here and cut across on the next one and the next one, and then I'm going to stick those down, and then we've got the structure. So let's do that bit. And while I'm doing that, we can chat. I've missed something. I missed your original thing, and I'm just going to scroll back to see where the conversation started. Anna says, behind setting up my planner, decided to try a different approach to journaling this year, anxiously waiting for my order to arrive. Ooh, what's your approach? Tell me, if you don't mind sharing, she says demandingly. Now, if you've seen me do a Dutch door before, then you'll already know this, so apologies. But if you haven't seen me do a Dutch door before, how I do a Dutch door is that I don't take any pieces away if I'm doing a horizontal Dutch door. Oh, that's right. I leave them in so that it basically keeps the integrity of the spine. So what I do is cut the piece across, she says, and then I stick it down using my tape roller. I'm going to use that as well, so I'm hold on to that. Tape roller. And that way you don't get the bump in paper because you haven't got like a missing piece. Ooh. Oh, why would you do that? Why? Don't worry, I have more. And learnt from my mistakes of the past. Always have backup glue rollers because I use them a lot. I think it's basically me and Tanya at this point using these glue rollers. With a pro order them, it's either one of us. Oh, I've missed. What are you saying? Oh, Mrs. B. Posted this on the Greek page, but have arthritis and sometimes get hand pain when stenciling. What tips do you have for holding stenciling in place without much effort? Definitely either hold it down or binder clips. So if you're doing something where you're tracing the whole thing out, I would, and I think I've done it in some of my videos, like I was using a super easy stencil, you imagine this is a super easy stencil, I would clip it in place, and then you can do it without having to like worry, and you can also take a break from it because you know it's in one place, and it's quicker than washi. For me, that's what I would do. Less easy if you're using something and moving it around, but just take your time and come back to it. Rachel says, my colleague goes to daycare when I'm in the office, but that's good. That isn't good enough for rescues. Yeah, she said they had a zero tolerance approach to doggy daycare. And I tried to explain that I don't even like Freckle in the 5 years that I've had her, be 5 years on Tuesday, has stayed with other people other than me or my mum like 5 times in 5 years. It's very stable, but not good enough for the rescue. So what are you going to do? Anna says she's decided to use a year planner. Ooh, can I ask what planner, Anna? Whew, I'm a poet. I bought a Hobonichi Weeks just to experiment with it alongside my actual journal, just because I'd quite like to at some point make some stencils for the Hobonichi system and potentially other planners that are popular. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with it. The problem that you have is that a lot of different planners use different dot grid sizing. So I thought if it's A6, then you could have one for sterling ink and all the different makes of planner, but some use 4mm dot grid, some use 4mm this way, 3mm this way, 4mm, 5mm. So there doesn't seem to be any standardization, which is challenging from a stencil perspective. It would mean a completely different thing for each one, which is, yeah, it's hard, but never know. We'll go back to it, but I've got a Hobonichi so that I could have a play and see how I liked it. It's very different. Like the paper itself feels bizarre to be in such thin paper because it's Tomo River paper. And I'm used to like the world of journaling where everyone loves the super, super thick paper. So yeah, it's definitely different, but from a research point of view, it's interesting. Kate says we couldn't get a second rescue dog because we had already had Bruce, but we ended up with Holly anyway. Oh, Holly dog. Holly and Bruce, partners in crime. I'm kind of hoping that some sort of dog magically appears in my life, like Holly dog did. But because of the size of Freckle, we need to be... Any dog fights can be dangerous. So I just need to be careful who it is that comes into the house. Also, I have cats, so I need to be cat friendly too. Which is why I thought a Chihuahua would be perfect, but hey ho. Everyone's saying they need more glue rollers. Anna says, going with a Paper Test Designs horizontal. I've not heard of them. How is it? What's the, does it have dots on it still? Is it like a Hobonichi in that way? Or is it, yeah, how does it? Okay, so I've got my basic structure. I am going to curve these corners. Just because I think it makes them a bit more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I noticed that they were going different directions once I started, but I kind of don't mind. Time goes backwards and forwards. It's a metaphor. Claire says, Scribbles That Matter has a 5mm dot grid planner. Yeah, I think Scribbles That Matter and Archer and Olive have sort of planners, but they're essentially both journal companies. So I think they would always be standardized to a 5mm dot grid, even if they go outside of their normal journal life, like the same as we would. If I ever made a planner, it would always have a 5mm dot grid because it's just how we're built. But it's those other companies that are more planner forward than journal forward that have a lot of different standardizations in terms of sizing. Also, the American based ones are not necessarily like A5 and B5. Some of them are like letter sized or traveler sized. So once I started going down that rabbit hole of how can I make stencils for all of these, it became clear that it was a lot less straightforward than I'd hoped it would be. So yeah. One for next year. I'll stick it on the later base. Marie says, are the stencils you use for time in the shop? They are. They are called... it's the block font. It's PF07 block font, 5cm font. Then there's the 10cm version of the same thing, but it's only got those letters, but they're bigger for like the starts of the months. Oh, good. Whereas these are, it's the whole alphabet in a block font. It won't be for this year, but never say never. Never say never. Maybe in the future. Anything making those kind of things is such a massive undertaking in terms of like you have to manufacture so many. We've had to get extra storage this year for the journals. This is annoying because I can't see through. I might have to do letter by letter. Anna, it is okay. So it's A5, actual A5, 20mm thick, 4x4. Okay, it's Tomo River paper. Monday start. Did you say it was a horizontal? Let me look. So the biggest thing from my point of view that I think would be useful if, for me, having a planner would be, like, I use a version of a to-do list boxes every day. Like, I've constantly got it with me. I'm using the little one that tucks in top at the moment, or I have some other one. So having one that was sized for a 4mm would probably be my essentials. It might be that I start with like a basic one and think about that. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to like make something and have it be ready for New Year, but it just ends up being much more a massive undertaking to get it right. Yeah, I liked Sterling ink when I looked at them. On the days that Kate and I were stuck in our hotel room because of the hurricane, went down a bit of a rabbit hole, but basically ended up not being able to make a decision, so didn't. I'm wondering if this would be better if I did it in this direction. Because it feels almost counterintuitive. Come on. This feels better to me. I wonder if I do that for this one. Sorry, guys. Oh, let's hide that. Melissa says, do I know what I'm doing for Black Friday yet? Yes. But it's a secret. Yes, I do. that's not very nice. There will be something for Black Friday. It's on my list of things to sort out this week. You're going to have to wait and see. When will the big one be dispatched? Another wait and see. I'm hoping to get it out early. It's not due to go until the 1st of December. We have been trying to get it out early. Jordan's making the stencils as we speak. Once the stencils are finished being made, we can begin packing and get it gone. So hopefully not too long. I think I'm going to have to do some packing this week. Otherwise, we will never get everything done. There's not enough time. Hopefully it'll be early, in answer to your question, but I can't tell you the exact time yet. Because in amongst Jordan making those stencils, he's also making stencils for orders. It's been quite busy in the shop. So obviously, as the fact that the big one is early, the shop orders are a priority over the big one. It's better, isn't it? So if you've ever done the washi tape like thing that I'm doing now, the biggest challenge with this tape is that it is not see-through in the slightest. So I'm having to kind of pull back the corner to see where the lines are. It just makes it a little bit more time consuming. But you guys are chatting to me, so that's good. I'm not here doing it on my own. Last year I picked a much bigger word, longer word for my word of the year, and it took friggin' ages. So our plan at the moment is to get the big one shipped and then get the 12 days of planning started, and we'll be shipping the overseas orders for 12 days of planning first, just to give them a little bit more time to get to where they're going. Obviously we don't start 12 days of planning until Christmas Day, so we have some time. It's all good in the hood. I wonder if sorry, mouthful of coffee, if this would help. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, monkey. Where's my head? One more letter and an exclamation mark. We are good. Yeah, could have done. Could have done. We're nearly there. Whoop. I don't think I can match these. Maybe I shouldn't try. I think it definitely would have been quicker to just put the washi tape and cut round it, but well, in for a penny. A, B, C, D, E. I think the major issue is that this is a very different sort of washi tape to what I normally do this with. Foiled washi tape isn't so forgiving. Thanks, Carol. Untie the edge off. If you would like your orders to be combined into one, you will need to email Tracy, and she can sort that out. But make sure the email is there for her in the morning, because once she starts packing, she doesn't check emails during the day, because otherwise she'd never get any email, nothing packed. This is going to be almost impossible, so wish me luck. Definitely using this. Bum, 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 bum. Oh no, don't tell. I'm going to come back and do that one. Gonna lie. Now, does anyone else love a really rubbish Christmas film? Because I've watched some real treats over the last couple of weeks, including one called Hot Frosty, which was some of the absolute madness I've ever seen. Right. Cool. I feel like this looks better in life than it does on the screen because you kind of don't see the reflections are upsetting it. Next job is have a good wall framer. Yeah, if you like a cheesy, not great Christmas film, definitely look up Hot Frosty on Netflix. It's nuts. These are nice letters without middles, so that's good. While I'm doing these easy letters, I have a fun giraffe fact for everybody. I'm wondering if anybody already knows this, because I didn't know. And I think and love giraffes and animals in general. So giraffes are ruminants, which means they have multiple stomachs like a cow. And it means they will eat something and then it goes down to one of their stomachs and then gets mixed with like digestive juices, and then they kind of regurgitate it back up into their mouth and they chew it and they digest it some more. Now, the cool thing about giraffes over other ruminants is they have really, really long necks. So when you see a giraffe chewing and then swallow, you see the lump of food go all the way down its throat, goes to the first stomach, stays there for a couple of seconds, and then you see it go all the way back up the throat and back into their mouth. And I never realised that about giraffes, that you can basically see the food going up and down, up and down, up and down, until it's finally good enough to be properly digested. So they have really small poos because they've got all the goodness out of the food. And that means they can eat they basically eat like this trees, like they can strip them bare, things that look like they don't have a lot of goodness to them because they're doing like extra digestion. Isn't that cool? And I got to see it in action with the giraffe, like the lump going up and down its throat, which is really cool. And if you're interested, Google giraffe food up and down neck or something like that, and you can find the video and see the food, like physically see it going up and down the neck, which I thought was super cool. Love fun animal facts. Also, another fun animal fact. Maybe I should just do fun animal facts. Did you know that hyenas are actually feline, not canine? It's a fun fact for you. Actually from the feline family, not from the canine family. Kate enjoyed my animal facts. I feel like it takes quite a good fact to wow a vet nurse or someone that's like interested in animals. And I was amazed when the keeper told me. I was like, how do I not know this? This is incredible. And then we just stood staring at the giraffe with the food going up and down its neck for ages, which was fun. Cool. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm going to have a look. As soon as this head is done, we can get on and do some actual planning. The H hasn't come out, but we'll allow it. So I'm going to go and do the easy pages first because they're the easy pages. So what I wanted to do is create like, this is going to be, why is it my word of the year? I'm going to do like a now and then page. So like, I don't know if you've seen Jashy's now and then page where she's like your favorite things and like facts about you and things like that. So you can do it like at the start of the journal and at the end of the journal. And then I want to do like 25s in 2025. So 25 times I've been to the cinema, 25 different recipes that I've tried, 25 different walks that I've been on with Frecklebean, like challenging myself to go different places, not just walk to the same place, and 25 different ways that I've moved my body. So they're all things that like are encouraging me to use my time in like a way that I'm going to either enjoy or is going to benefit from me. Like that's the vibe that I'm going for. So what I thought I would do for these is use the number washi. Oop. And then have a little header here, which may be in the same format as this. And then I can write what it is, when I did it, and like how I felt, something about it. Thanks, Jem. 25 is also a nice number because it's like one every other week. It's not inconceivable that I would go on a different dog walk every other week or go to the cinema every other week. Body not come out. I'll do that again. Oh, that's good. Yeah, everybody, there are new Bullet Journal Squad challenge prompts. Slightly changed the format, so it's a bit more open to interpretation. They are linked to like the quarterly concept of future planning, but not to the monthly themes. So you don't have to be a subscriber to get involved. A lot of them you could like share your spreads that you've already got, rather than having to make spreads specifically for the challenge. Wanted to make it really accessible. We've also got blog posts written for each of the monthly set of challenges, so you can go have a look, you know where to find them. There's a whole page for the Bullet Journal Squad challenge. They'll also be shared on all of the Creative Team's individual pages, and in the Bullet Journal Squad Facebook group. So the team have put lots of work in to making it awesome this year. So please get involved. Yeah, you haven't got to do it with a particular theme or anything. Yes. Oh no, that's not where I need it to be. Where are my tweezers? That's what we need here. Where are my tweezers? Where would it be? There. Excellent. Well, hopefully lots of people will share this year. Tell you what, if you could see the mess that's off camera, it is vast. That's not even the one that I want, it's this one. I haven't had an issue with it so far. They're not massively bumpy, and you're writing on like the back of it, if you get me. So I personally haven't had an issue, but if you find it irritating, then I would maybe go for not the old school Dymo, but the newer one that actually prints, whereas this like embosses. We have the newer one at work. I like the aesthetics of this version. This is not what I wanted. I didn't put a space at the beginning. By dog walks, I don't just mean 25 dog walks, I mean like different walks. Tiny dog gets taken out every day because she demands as much. I would be in a lot of trouble if she did not. Yeah, I don't think there's much of a... Like, if you were colouring with pencils over it, you'd maybe notice. I would get barked at a lot. She isn't shy of sharing her opinion if something is not to her satisfaction. From the right recipes or new recipes? I think new recipes. Be specific. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks, Taryn. I personally much prefer glue tape because I find that it is more accurate and sticks immediately. But if for any reason I need to remove it, you can lift it up and you can use an eraser and it kind of removes the glue. So you've got a bit of leeway with it. If you use a glue roller and you change your mind, you've got like a sticky gluey mess everywhere, which doesn't work. Gosh. But it's horses for courses, isn't it? Oh, no, I've got that paper there. I don't know what the last one is. Oh, cinema. Oof. You know what? I'm really enjoying setting this journal up more than I've enjoyed journaling for a long while. And I wonder if that's because I'm doing different spreads other than just like weekly and monthly. Sometimes you can get stuck in a bit of a rut, can't you? And this has been fun. I'm sure you're all thrilled. Just thinking out loud. It's got a big line through it. Mm-hmm. It's nice being creative, I guess, is what I was saying, like thinking out loud. I need to do more of that. Remember why. Maybe I should have done that as one of my 25. I could still do it as one of my 25. Maybe I'll do it here and move that somewhere else. I'm gonna. Why the hell not? It's so stuck in like doing the spreads that you have to do, I kind of forget that I enjoy it as well. gonna make it a spread. Use my time. Kate and I were saying we definitely want to do more of like the bullet journal squad challenge prompt in our live streams as well next year. So if you would like to see more of that, make sure you tune into our bi-monthly live streams. That's wonky as hell, isn't it? This is what I mean of being able to move things on the glue stick. That's better. Those dots were very wonky and it was upsetting. Lemon spreads, layouts, spreads or layouts. You little monkey, refuse to do the E's. And there we go. Just the spreads, not the whole thing. Space, cut. Don't stick. Gosh. So, where am I at? Let's quick tidy before I commit to the last page. Because there is stuff everywhere. Oh my lord. Where's my pen? Right. So this last bit here is going to be for like, why is this my word? So what does it mean to me, essentially? I know what time is, but like, what does that mean in the context of my word of the year? So why and what and how, I think, is what I need. I wonder if I've got a silver pen I can use. Sorry, I will read any new comments in 2 seconds. I can't write things and look at the same time. So Okay. Right, let's see what you're saying before I start writing. What's going on? Lots of chatting. Joanne says setting up her square journal that she got yesterday. So record of reading over the years. Nice. Is there a Festival Ridge stencil? Not in the shop. I think there has been one, but I think it was a long time ago. There's so many connotations to the word plan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, there's so many ways that it could be interpreted, but it's definitely, for me, like the biggest thing that impacts my life is me not having enough time or feeling guilty about how I spend time or feeling like I'm under time pressure. Time is like a constant narrative, which I know it is for a lot of people. So I wanted to kind of take back the power, so that I am in control of my time, if that makes sense. Jem says, I have a wreath stencil on the coloured laminate plastic. It's green. Yeah, I think it was in one of the very early Christmas kits that I did before we did like a Christmas box or Christmas range, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I vaguely remember it. It's like a classic shaped stencil. In that like bright green. Why are you scared, Rachel? Just paper. Jump in. Yeah, I think it does have some presents. I think it came with a red stencil that has presents on it. It was a very early, like a Christmas thing. I'm hoping that this actually writes in silver. I seem to have like loads of these. I don't know if these were from a box, maybe. Let me test them, see how they write. Don't run out on me. This is your time to shine, literally and figuratively. I mean, to be fair, I have had you about 1 billion years. Are you going to work? What I was hoping to do is to like scribble things around. I don't want it to be too formal. I kind of want it to be why? Okay. Well, you probably can't see what I've written, so I will read it to you. Do I sound like a teacher? Jem, do I sound like a teacher? I've said that time is my most precious commodity. I never have enough time, but I also feel that I waste a lot of time. How can I be more present and use my time more mindfully? I've said that my free time, or what I perceive to be free time, is often spent doom scrolling social media. I feel guilty for the time for how I spend my time. I justify my time off. So I will often say, oh, it's okay that I'm having like Thursday off because I'll work at the weekend. In reality, I work all the days, so I never really have a day off. And then if I spend my time at the weekend working because I'm excited about something or I feel passionate about something, I then feel like I shouldn't be spending that time working. I should be relaxing. So like you're stuck in like a bit of a catch-22 of feeling guilty whatever I do with my time. So in terms of how, I've said that I want to be present, enjoy how I have chosen to spend my time. I have the luxury of being in charge of my own diary, so I should enjoy it. If I want to take a day off, I can, and if I want to work at the weekend, equally I can. It's my diary. I'm lucky that I don't have, external demands on my time, like loved ones that I need to care for or any of those things at present. So I'm in a fortunate position that I can spend the time the way that I choose to. So enjoy it and do it in a more meaningful way is, I guess, what I'm saying there. So I know you can't read that, but I can see it. It's just catching weirdly on the light. So I think that's my spread done. What time is it? That's good timing. Spot on. So just Freckle and the cats, Elvis and Flora, but they aren't really a pressure on my time. They are excellent. Most excellent. If anything, I think Freckle is the biggest reason that I kind of take more mindful time, because she doesn't allow me to not, get outside in nature and stuff. So she is a good pressure. Little angel. Let's just have a quick read of yours, and then I'll flick through this from the beginning. Ooh, stuck to the front of my journal. Not my new journal. Right. Claire wants the bauble stencil from years ago. There is a Christmas stencil, and there's a Christmas tree. They were from an original kit. Potentially next year. Too late now. Taryn says, I've just ordered a B5 journal. Please tell me that I can still use a lot of my... Yeah, absolutely. You can use all of your A5 stencils with it. The difference between an A5 and a B5 page is not loads. If you consider this is bigger than most... Ooh, look at my fingerprints on that. Than most A5 journals, slightly, because most A5 journal pages are slightly smaller than an actual A5 page. Fun fact. And if you had this on the page, that's all the extra space. So if you used a super easy stencil that was to A5, that's going to fill up that much space, and you've got this much space to stick a bit of washi tape, maybe a sticker. All good. You can definitely use it in both. I often do. I see a lot of people use like the A5 rainbow boxes and stuff in the B5 journal, so they've got room to decorate. So it is massively personal preference. So far, just realised how shiny my nails are after looking at them. I've got my cover page. I've got my year at a glance. All of my future log pages with room for post-it note planning. My year in pixels. And then my word of the year spread, which has got my 25 in 25s here. That's it. We're on to the next page. How do you feel, guys? Are you ready to go and put your word of the year inside your journal? Are you excited to get planning? What's the hats? We've got a week off next week. When I say a week off, I mean we haven't got a journal with me next Sunday. That is because I thought it'd be good to have a week to catch up, but also I am away again for the weekend, so I'm not here. And then the week after that, which is like the 7th of December, we are back. And I will be doing, what am I doing? I can't even remember. What am I doing? Oh yeah, collections. So thinking about what collections we add to our journal, have they, you know, and how can they be personalized to you? Because collections are a really personal thing. So that is definitely an area where you need to kind of make it work for you. So that's what we'll be doing. But next week, we'll be encouraging to look at your journaling routine, thinking about, like, it's all well and good setting up your journal, because this is the bit that is, for me, the enjoyable bit. The bit where you've got loads of enthusiasm and you set up all of your beginning pages, but how can you stick to the habit of using your journal through the year? So there is a number of blog posts going live that are brand new. There will be some resources, and we'll be encouraging you to look at your journal routine to see where you will use your journal, when will you set up your spreads, all of those kind of things. How can you fit it into your life and make it work for you? So that's next week in the Journal with It's a Daisy challenge, and then we're back with collections the week after. I am going to go and sort out my garden and take my doggo for a walk. It has been lovely spending an hour, nearly 2 hours with you guys, and I'll see you in December. Bye, 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 bye. Take care.